There's a moment right before a woman is waiting for you to make a move, and yet most guys miss it. Why? Because they're only looking for the obvious signs. The lip biting, the flirty touching, the long eye contact, etc. Truth is, women don't always signal in ways you expect. Instead, they do things that seem subtle, even random. But trust me, they're calculated. If you miss them, you miss your shot. So today I'm going to break down the not so obvious signs that she's waiting for you to step up and make a move. By the time this video ends, you'll have the unfair advantage of seeing things most guys never pick up on. So let's get into it. Jessica OS here, welcome to the channel. Listen, if you don't make a move when she's literally waiting for it, you're going to regret it. Because the truth is, women won't always say what they want, but they will show you. And if you miss the signs, she'll assume that you're not interested and simply move on. By the end of this video though, you'll know exactly when to step up, take charge, and confidently escalate things without being awkward, needy, or getting friend-zoned. So if you've ever hesitated, unsure whether she actually wants it, pay close attention, because she's doing these things for sure. It's go time. Number 1, she stops filling the silences. So most guys think silence is a bad thing, like it means the vibe is dying. But when it comes to attraction, silence actually is one of the most revealing signals, if you know what you're looking for. Here's the deal. When a woman isn't into you, okay, she'll instinctively try to escape the awkwardness. She'll talk just to fill the gap, reach for her phone, change the subject, start scrolling, or even look around the room. That's her brain saying, "Get me out of here." But when she's into you, she does something completely different. She gets quiet, but she stays present. She doesn't break eye contact. She doesn't check out. She just waits. And that pause, that space, it's not empty, it's charged. She's leaving the door open emotionally and physically for you to step in. It's her silent way of saying, "I trust you and I feel safe here. Let's see what you do next." So imagine this. You're sitting next to her, maybe you're laughing about something and the laughter dies down suddenly. And there's just this stillness that's hanging at the moment. She's not fidgeting, she's just looking at you, and her lips might even part slightly. Her body is open, and in that moment, she's not waiting for words, she's waiting for action. This is where most guys blow it. They start nervously rambling, right? Making jokes, asking a random question that's unrelated, because basically they're uncomfortable with the tension and the silence. But here's what you need to understand. That tension is good. That silence is golden. That's your moment. That's when you lean in. That's when you let your hand rest on hers. That's when you say something low, intentional, and close. That is when you escalate. Because when a woman invites silence, she's giving you space to lead. And if you don't, she'll assume that you either don't get it or you're not confident enough to act on it. Number 2, she's teasing you and testing your confidence. So when a woman starts teasing you, it's easy to think that she's just being playful, right? But don't miss what's really happening underneath, because in reality, what she's actually doing is testing your confidence. She's watching to see if you can stay cool, grounded, and still lead, even when she throws you off your game a little. It's not accidental, it's actually calculated. It's attraction mixed with curiosity. So she might say something like, "Hey, you think you're slick, don't you?" Or, "I bet you're trouble." She's poking at your ego, but not to cut you down, but to see if you'll rise up, to see if you'll flirt back. Take the tension, keep it fun, or even if you'll crack under pressure. Psychology behind this is, teasing is her way of flipping the dynamic. She wants to see if you'll chase validation or if you'll stay centered. If you pass the test, she'll feel even more drawn to you, because confidence under pressure is one of the most attractive traits a man can show. But if you fold, get awkward, get defensive, then perhaps she'll assume that you're not the type who can lead. And once that impression sets in, it will be really tough to undo. So, I guess what I'm saying is, the next time she playfully calls you a bad boy or says, "I don't know if I trust you," don't get thrown off. That's not rejection. That's her putting the ball in your court. Teasing is flirtation disguised as a dare. And giving her the right response is how you win the game. Number 3, she gives you the slow blink. The slow blink is one of the most intimate, vulnerable, nonverbal signs a woman can give. You usually see when she's looking at you, and instead of blinking normally, she blinks slowly, intentionally, and she keeps her gaze locked on you while doing it. It's not flirty in the way most people think. It's not exaggerated. It's not playful. It's soft, subtle, trusting. It's her nervous system saying, I feel safe with you, I'm open to you, I'm drawn in. It's animal behavior. A slow blink is a known sign of trust. Cats do it to their owners when they feel relaxed and secure. And guess what? Humans, especially women, do it too, often without realizing it. Let's say you're on a date. Things are going well. Conversation slows down. You lock eyes with her and she just gives you this slow, relaxed blink, almost like time is stretching. She doesn't look away. She doesn't rush to fill the silence. That right there is your moment. That's when you lean in closer, maybe lower your voice, let the tension breathe. She's telling you, without words, I'm emotionally open right now. I trust you to lead. If you miss it, or worse, pull away, you'll break that spell. You'll kill the vibe. But if you recognize it and you hold that moment, she'll feel it deeply. Because now she's not just attracted to you, she's emotionally invested in that connection. So stop looking for the loud signals and start noticing the quiet ones, because the slow blink is an invitation. Number 4, she fixes her appearance in a way that's just for you. All right, let me break this down for you. When a woman likes a man, her body language shifts before she even realizes it. And one of the most telling behaviors is what I'm about to share. She starts fixing her appearance the moment you walk into the room. It's not vanity, it's instinct. Maybe she adjusts her hair when you sit down beside her. Maybe she smoothens out her dress, touches her necklace, checks her lipstick in a compact, or straightens her posture when she notices you're watching. She might even lick her lips or do that subtle little pout, that women do when they're thinking about something. What's happening here is subtle self-enhancement, and it's for your benefit. She's subconsciously putting effort into how she looks because she's aware of your attention and she wants it. She's saying without words, I care what you think of me. Now, here's the key. You have to watch when she does it. Is she adjusting herself when you walk in? When your attention shifts towards her? When you enter the conversation or the room? If yes, then the moment isn't just random, it's reactive, and you triggered it. That means you're not just part of the background noise, you're the variable that's influencing her behavior. Ever notice how in the middle of a one-on-one conversation, she excuses herself to the bathroom and comes back with her hair tucked in differently, fresh gloss on her lips maybe, or a more deliberate outfit adjustment? You didn't imagine that. She's subtly elevating her presence to match that connection that she's beginning to build with you. This is your cue to lean in and not shrink back. Don't ignore it. Don't second guess it. If you've sparked that shift in how she carries herself, she's telling you, I care what you see when you look at me. And that's your opening, because a woman who's not interested is not going to fix anything for you. She's not going to adjust anything. She's not checking her reflection, when you're around. Nothing of that. She's neutral. She's unbothered. She's pretty much disengaged. But when it's for you, you'll feel it. You'll see the difference. And if you're smart, you'll act on it. Number 5, she stays engaged even when there's no reason to. When a woman's not into you, you'll feel it, okay? The conversation dries up. Her replies get shorter, her eyes wander. You can feel her energy pulling away, like she's just counting the seconds until basically she can, politely exit, right? When she's into you, even if the conversation isn't thrilling or smooth or deep, she stays, she sticks around, she finds little ways to keep things going. And that right there is a sign most men completely miss. You could be talking about the most random, boring stuff, like what you ate for breakfast, some dumb movie you watched over the weekend, a story that goes absolutely nowhere, and she's still like sitting there nodding, still laughing, still looking at you like every word matters. Why? Because it's not about the story, it's about you. She's not reacting to the content of the conversation, she's reacting to the connection, the chemistry, the potential, right? And if she's giving you her attention when she doesn't have to, that is powerful, my friend. Because women don't waste emotional energy on men that they don't see as options. It's also in the way she responds. Is she just replying, or is she just reacting to what you say? Is she just answering your questions, or is she throwing the ball back and asking about you? There's a difference between being polite and interested. So if you're talking about your socks and she's still smiling, asking follow-ups, making little jokes, you've already passed the vibe check, my friend. Now she's waiting to see if you'll take it somewhere. Because here's the real secret. When a woman is ready for you to make a move, she starts building rapport in a way that feels natural, seamless, and safe. She's opening a door and making sure you feel invited to walk through it. So don't miss out on that sign. Sign number 6, she's not moving away when you get close. Human beings, especially women, have a natural sense of spatial boundaries, okay? If someone we're not comfortable with gets too close, our bodies pretty much react before our brains do. We tense up, we lean back, we create that distance. So when a woman allows you into a personal space and she doesn't flinch, doesn't lean away, doesn't cross her arms, doesn't shift back, it's not nothing, it's actually huge. Let's say you were sitting beside her and your legs touch slightly and she didn't move them. Or maybe your arms brush and she leaves them there. Or maybe you lean in to talk and instead of pulling back, she holds eye contact and leans in too. That's a green light, my guy. A quiet but powerful cue that says, I'm comfortable here. I trust you. Keep going. In fact, if she closes the space herself, if she leans towards you or finds reasons to stand close or doesn't even blink when you touch her hand or lower back casually, that's her body language literally inviting you in. And if you let those moments pass, she won't create more of them because now she assumes that you're not the guy and you're not interested. So next time you're close to her and she doesn't move, don't freeze, don't doubt yourself, mirror her energy. Touch her hand slightly, look in her eye, a second longer maybe. Lower your voice, let the tension build. Because when she doesn't pull away, she's actually saying more than words ever could. Guys, if you're getting value from this, hit that like button because I'm about to hit you with the biggest sign that she's practically waiting for you to make that move. You ready? The final sign, number 7. She's creating moments for you to act. The truth is, when a woman wants something to happen between you two, she won't always come out and say it. In fact, she probably never will. But what she will do is create the moment, the setup, the perfect scene for you to act. Okay, this is where most guys miss it. You're so busy looking for verbal confirmation, so focused on trying to be sure that you completely ignore when she's basically teeing up the play for you. She might say something like, I've always wanted to try something spontaneous, or I've never been kissed under the stars before. You think she's just being cute, but she's not. That's bait, and not the manipulative kind, the hopeful kind. She's giving you a clear opening to escalate without making the first move herself because most women want to feel chosen, desired. They want to respond to a moment and not be the one to initiate it, right? For example, you're at her place sitting close, the vibe is great. She says, I can't believe how comfortable I feel around you. And she's looking right at you when she says it. She's not fishing for compliments, she's just inviting you to act. That's her way of saying, I'm open to more. If you're man enough to lead it there. Women create opportunities for men they're attracted to. They don't always say, come and kiss me, but they will slow down, lean in, stare longer, bring up intimate topics, or literally give you a perfect romantic setup, and they're waiting to see if you get it. And here's the catch. If you don't act, well, she's not going to explain it to you. She'll just keep moving. She'll assume that you're not confident, not tuned in, not that guy who gets it. So when the air changes, when the silence feels loaded, when she sets up the scene, my guy, do not hesitate. Don't overthink it. Just take that breath, lean in, and make your move, whatever that looks like. If she's doing these things, she's not just hoping that you'll make a move. She's expecting it. And women don't wait forever. Yeah, hope you got value from this video. If you did, smash that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and tune in for more no BS relationship advice. The name is Jessica OS. I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.